So we have a new unsolved files report tonight, and this one, police in Aransas Pass revisit a case that centers around the beating and sexual assault of a young woman back in October of 2013.
The victim survived that horrible crime, but the suspect was able to get away. As our Bill Churchwell reports, police hope brand new DNA evidence can help catch the man responsible.
It was just past midnight on October 2nd, 2013. A young woman was on a late-night walk heading towards Rockport. She was walking here along the 900 block of Commercial Street in Aransas Pass. That's when police say she noticed a man approach her.
He started talking to her, and then he attacked her and drug her off the side of the road, and she was pretty brutally assaulted.
Captain Kyle Rhodes with the Aransas Pass Police Department says detectives were able to collect DNA evidence, with the victim helping paint a vivid picture of the face of her attacker.
He was described as a Hispanic male, average build, average weight, maybe mid to late 20s. He was described as having a scar on his upper chest, and the victim described a tattoo, and she described it as a Grim Reaper.
But even with those detailed features, the woman was able to provide police, and even after the release of this sketch, no one was ever arrested for the crime.
It was a very brutal attack, and we would definitely like to get it resolved and get closure for the victim.
5 years after that brutal crime, and Aransas Pass police are digging back into that case thanks to a break in DNA evidence found hundreds of miles away in Houston.
I was approached not that long ago, probably within a year and a half, by Houston PD, and they're working a case in which they submitted DNA and it hit, so it was a match.
A match and a potential lead.
Potentially this person that did this, this crime is in the Houston area, also committing crimes.
Recently, authorities reposting the sketch of the alleged attacker on social media in hopes of someone out there recognizing the suspect and help police bring this case to a successful end.
You know, it's exciting to have a potential lead. I'll be more excited when we get an actual named subject to go with it, and that way we can potentially link the two cases and resolve it.
Bill Churchwell, 3 News.